Okay, just going to have a quick chat about the Schaller S Lock strap locks. These have been out for a little while now, maybe even something like 3 years now. They've fixed up a problem that they had, which is fantastic. So this is the locking end that goes on your strap. This used to just have a screw here. I think it was like a 10 mil normal screw. You'd have to tighten it, and over time it would always, no matter how tight you did that, it would work its way loose. And this whole piece would just come loose, and your guitar would drop. It would fail if you didn't constantly check that at least once every 2 weeks, just to make sure that was tight. So that's all rectified. This now has a thumb wheel that goes over here. You can just screw that on by hand, but then you've got to get a tiny screwdriver, and there's a set screw, a little grub screw that goes in the side, locks that in place. This won't now loosen over time and fail on you. That's fantastic. They did a really good job with that. It's a big improvement. And the rest of the locking mechanism is pretty much the same concept. It's got a pin that'll drop down inside the strap pin and lock it in place. Now the pin also changed. As you know, before it was just a pin which you would screw in, and this is one here. That's got a Phillips screw in there. That's the original screw that came with the guitar. You could use your own screw. It came with screws, or you could use your original screw if you wanted. So you weren't changing the thread or anything in the body of the guitar itself. Now the new pin, it's all one piece. See, in there is the screw. That cannot be adjusted. You cannot tighten that, loosen that, change the height of that. It's all fixed to this pin itself. The screw itself too, if you take them out and compare them, it is a really fat screw. It's fatter than most your original pins. So if I was to install the new one on this guitar, I would have to screw a thicker screw into here, because I'm forced to use the screw that comes with it. And then my original screw will no longer fit in. I've now forced that hole too deep to just take the original screw without filling that hole in and re-drilling it. So that was one issue. I kind of got used to it and accepted that fact, but then over time I did notice the new design, although I thought it was superior, was failing more than the old strap locks. But it wasn't failing here. This wasn't coming loose. It was failing from underneath. This was just coming off the actual pin itself. And I thought that was a bit strange. I didn't really notice that with the old design. And then what I started to notice, which I'll show here, let me just clip this on so it's back threaded. The pin does not drop all the way down. See that? You can see the silver pin there. That means that it hasn't gone all the way down into that. Now this is the old one, the compatible. But now you'll see you can't see the silver bit of the pin. That pin is now dropped all the way down. And what's causing that? Okay, so I've got a Allen wrench here which I'll use to show you how far down that screw is. It's down that far. It's about 5 mil. Don't quote me on that, but I would say my best guess is 5 mil without measuring that. Now I'm going to drop it in this one, and that's where my hand is. So it's now half the length. So it's now that much, about 2.5 mil. And remember, I can't screw that in any further. That's all fixed. You can see it right there as the hole goes in. The screw's right there. So they've set the screw so it's too far close to the opening, and that's what's preventing that pin from going all the way down. And that causes it to fail, or sometimes causes it to just get stuck on and you can't get it off. You have to really force it off. So what's going on there, Schaller? Have you made a faulty product? You probably pumped out tens of thousands of these now. And I've bought about 12 of them. They've all got the same problem. So yeah, what's the deal with that? What are you going to do to fix that?